Thanks for having me. This is pretty awesome. I feel like a stranger telling about how my subconscious feels most of the days. So it's good. Um, so I'll just start. Earth Boy. A rod in his hands for digging in the garden, crawling in, the hole closing above him. Artichokes rooting. Ginger. Like a pillow behind his head, a potato. The vegetables form a tribunal. Decide that he can stay here, and will. So these first couple of poems I'm reading are from a manuscript I'm working on called Lookout Animal. And there's animals in it. Where the trees open up at the city limits. Carry on, he says, chewing a plum. Carry on over that dam. Go ahead. Just balance those bags of feed on your shoulders. But I didn't ask for this. I just wanted to visit the town over. I heard there's a lovely theater there where all the magicians are penguins, making each other disappear right on stage for one night only. You heard right. There's also a horse, and he's hungry. I'm also a cook, so there's a number of food references as well. Which could be animals, it could be vegetables, it could be oil. So this poem is called Olive. The oil drop on the floor dropped from your hand, and there is a world there inside it where you are big-faced. A small ceiling fan above you, the dome of the room, and another world in your palm with inlets and roads, creased grounding, clenched as you yell fuck over a dropped world, and another, and another, and another. When they found me, I couldn't speak their language. All the toasters chewing the bread, the sink going down the drain. I'm at the mirror to see if there's anything in my teeth. A black bean, a tear of mint. The front door creaks open. It's my bike again, taking my wallet, slipping out, rocking the stairs like a giddy-up horsey. He'll be back. I'm out of soap. We've discussed this. But the corner store doesn't serve bikes. So this next poem is really interesting to me because every time I watch an old movie, particularly anyone that has an animal in it, you know, something goes in my mind when I see the characters and oh, I wonder if those people are still alive, or if the baby is still alive. But if there's a schnauzer, I'm like, that thing's totally dead now. And in the process of writing this poem, two of the animals that are in it are dead now. So it's this interesting kind of, I don't know, but they're alive in it for me. I live next to a barn with goats. I mixed up the goats. One's name is Sophie, the brown one. The other's name is Agnes, the black one. And their names suit them. What with Sophie being the younger looking of the two, though both are well past 16 years. Which is mostly like sheep years, but with shorter pelts. Agnes, the brown one, is the older of the two, with two full horns and one short one. Her brown coat and plump udders blow in the short field wind with the hay. Sophie gets mad at Agnes. She's the alpha goat. Agnes is in her brown coat, and Sophie, the black one, is a brown goat that looks younger than the older Agnes. Suddenly the chicken walks out of the barn, named Sunshine, but I like to call her Chicken. Now these are some newer poems. I'm working on something else called The Circular Thoughts of a Blockhead. I like the name of it, I don't know if it'll stick anymore. Sweet Cypress. The foil tinks along the road past the bike rack, bikeless in ditch water. I'm not sitting on a rock forever. A philosopher holding a mushroom turns into a birch tree, white ice over freezer-born snow. When I came into the pantry last night, wondering how dark the earth is without a human, my tears felt more like sockets that the charging cars take a day from, then a month, then a year. The longer the night, the less time there is to watch a tree on the edge of the corporate park fall over onto an antique VW. The less time there is to see a package of walkers plaiting a pair of balled-up pupils inside blue-orange irises. Differing schedules. The nimble diver with his tank cuts the waves like conversations, walks on the shore peeling seaweed off his shoulder. We are all cutting, says the school of fish. There is but joy and grief, man, and sweet days that struggle to stay like olive oil and vinegar together. Was there ever a grief like yours, small biplane up in the beach sky? The houses below, always furnished and swept weekly, dense of heels bowing the maple strips. Always an article, jeans or socks, sandals under one sun and sand-webbed window. It's not God himself watching the rentals, but some local like him walking her Australian sheepdog, and asked again through the phone on her cabinet how she is doing. Fine, she says. Station notes, Avis lot, 12:43 a.m. The security guards snore like cragging goats and rock across the hall in swivel chairs. One pulled by a cabin with Bernese mountain dog legs in summertime snowstorms. The other, when he wakes up, saying he doesn't remember his dream, and good, they've been too sad lately. Takes his first bite of an Italian sub over the filing cabinet. Is anyone a Buster Keaton fan? Watching The Navigator. Navigator. The world has us by the odometer. Woe now. Woe now. A satellite explodes. A rock under the wheel. Station notes, toll booth. The locals left the bypass indifferent. The short strip into the coast is dense with umbrellas. The shed builders drive by in a flatbed with hot dinner sandwiches in their laps. The sun is full, but then when isn't it? Two of the regulars to me. Gonna be a hot one. Lots of seasonals. Wood blows by in metal garbles. The Kentucky plate looks the best. It doesn't, however, have any distinguishing features. I just happened to look at it when some kids wish me a happy holidays in August. I hand them all quarters, mildly, and make up a John Wilkes Booth joke in the toll pod as the sun goes whirling over the exit to Freeport, Maine. The enjoyments. The apple trees are pink blossom today, and all streets are construction depots. Hot rods tearing pavement from yellow hell into the green pool hall heaven. I slugged the cellulose capsule at the bottom of a Dixie cup into my mouth, and now I can't stop complaining. The foreman, conductor, engineer, Jerry from across the way, and Phil the accountant sleep at their desks, their hands latched on suspenders like yip, full as swans squatting in the paint factory, an orgy of reds and greens and purples and greens and reds and purples. If I only knew where to drive, on a cliff, a roof, in caverns, in my car in the parking garage, then I'd drive. I don't haul or cry for any victory, or pray. Oh, I pray, but only in proxy. Shit, man. I pray I left the car door locked. Things like that. And I have one more pen. This is one of these poems that I wrote that I have a kind of argument with myself all the time when I see it. Like I did something in it that made me aesthetically upset. I was like, why am I? Okay, I guess. But I feel like it's good for me to read it, to go against that outward consciousness. Foul. I'm not drafted to snow as you are in water. And when we look at the barn, a goat falls out of the door. Somehow this always happens. A goat falls out of the door. He must have been thinking, he must be thinking, he must have thought, there was a tall rock, there is a tall rock, there will be a tall rock, he could, would jump on. As you said, this always happens. Or was I saying it? We lean over, scratching our head together. Thank you.